Bow, what's up guys? Today we have the Gideon Omega Optic, and Gideon did send this out to me to do a review, so that's just a simple courtesy reminder, but this is going to be an unbiased review. First, a couple shout out to our sponsors. Of course, shout out to Gideon today because they are the one that did send me the red dot. But also, if you hear shooting in the background, it's because I'm up here at the Windrock range in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Windrock is an awesome shooting range, an awesome place. I'm on the Norseman shooting team, so come give them a check out if you're anywhere in the local area. And last but not least, shout out to dsmgear.com. If you want to go get you a Coors belt, which is what I carry, or get you a t-shirt, it supports the channel. There's the link and a discount code in the description below. And before we get into the video, we're going to put the comments of the day right here up on the screen. So if you want to be featured on this screen, then just comment something down below. Now that we're getting into the video, I have the Gideon Omega Optic on my Glock 34, and I did get the one with the circle dot on it. And let's go over the specs real quick, and then we're gonna grade this this optic on a couple different things. The red dot will be graded on what it comes with: build quality, looks, price, the battery life, accuracy, and speed. So we'll be grading that kind of on a 1 to 10 scale for everything. And then let's look at some of the specs. The MSRP on this red dot is $229, which is definitely a great price, especially comparing to something directly like the SRO, which is like $500 to $550, depending on what MOA you want, what reticle and stuff like that. So you're getting it at half the price. Already you're starting off with a budget optic for sure. You're getting a big discount on it. Whenever it comes to design of the footprint, it is an RMR footprint, and it does have the shake awake feature after 225 seconds. It goes into deep sleep after 12 hours. It's made by 7075 T6 aluminum housing. The lens is 22.3 millimeters tall by 27 millimeters wide. The reticle is red or green 45 MOA circle with a 3 MOA dot, or you can just get the 3 MOA dot. It is 1 MOA per click, adjustable windage and elevation, 10 brightness settings, and 2 that are night vision compatible. Top loading battery with up to 50,000 hours, especially if you use the shake awake and deep sleep option, and it weighs 1 ounce. Now that we got all the specs out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what the optic comes with and rate it off of that. So of course you have the box, which has some of the specs on the side. It's just a nice regular cardboard box. Of course, it does come with the owner's manual. It comes with a lens cleaner, you know, a microfiber cloth, which of course every optic should come with already. But here's what I really did like about these. They came in little Ziploc baggies that are labeled how big the screws are exactly. And then it come with 2 adjustable tools, one for adjusting your windage and elevation, and then another one for taking in and out your screws. So I think that's awesome that it comes with that. A lot of companies don't even do something simple as that. And then it comes with a Picatinny rail mount, which in my opinion is definitely a big plus anyways, because now you have the option to use this on a rifle for a 45-degree angle or just anything with the Picatinny rail. So already it gets plus off of that. I'll say for whatever it comes with, especially if you consider the price, I would put this at a 9 out of 10. It comes with a lot of the stuff that you want. It came with the battery in it already. The box is nice. The microfiber lens is nice. It didn't come with extra screws of your specific size, which is the only reason this is not a 10 out of 10, but it did come with 2 screws for multiple different sizes depending on what you're putting this gun on. Up next, we're going to be talking about build quality. And so for this one, the outside of it, of course, is made by the aluminum, which is the same thing a lot of M16s and ARs are made out of. So good build quality, good design to it. I think they try to cut some weight and actually add some durableness from the sides. I did do a test on here, which I'll put it on the screen, of me just racking it with the red dot over and over and over again. I beat this thing upside down. While your red dot should be able to withstand getting dropped on the ground, I'm not going to go through the excessive torture testing, like throwing this thing everywhere. I beat it a couple times. I dropped it. I racked it. That's pretty much all that you're going to have to worry about, and this thing did just fine. It has a top loading battery tray, which already is a plus. Easy windage and elevation adjustment, and the buttons on this, the adjustable up and down buttons for the brightness are very good. I like them. They click very well. They're not too small. They're not too hard to hit. I feel like these are, I really do like these buttons, and I think they're a good addition to the overall build quality. So for the build quality, we'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Whenever it comes to looks, this thing is sleek. It's got a nice design on it, so it's not just too plain. The logo on it, I think, looks nice. The finish on it looks nice. I honestly still think the SRO looks a little bit better. The window being flat on the front adds a nice touch. Overall, I would say looks 7 out of 10, nothing to write home about. Doesn't look as good as like its biggest competitor, which is the SRO. But I mean, for 220 bucks, you know, if I was putting that into account, it would go up a little bit, but right now we're just gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Whenever it comes to price, you are getting a bunch of stuff for not a bunch of money. $229 is the MSRP, and it's on sale right now actually. And so for the price, you're getting a big optic, a big window, a long-lasting battery just like your other top optics, RMR footprint. You're getting a bunch of stuff in the box, Picatinny rail. For the price, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 for what you come with. I'm a big Hollison fan, and my Hollison red dots, you know, like the 507C and 507 comp don't even come with as much stuff as this does. So definitely props to it on price. 10 out of 10. Whenever it comes to battery, of course, like I said, top loading battery, which is a huge thing in the 50,000 hour battery life with the 225-second shake awake, and then the 12-hour deep sleep is awesome. So for battery life, 10 out of 10, you can't get much better than that. It's competing with every other optic, not only on the market, but definitely in its price range. Last, we're gonna grade it on accuracy and speed. And so I did take this out here and just do some short shooting with it. I zeroed it in, and then I put about 50 rounds through it for the test. So this is not a longevity test. I might come back to it and see how it's doing, you know, 1,000 rounds from the future. But right now, at least 100, maybe even 200 to 250 rounds through it for today for the drills. So up first, we have the accuracy. So I took this thing all the way back to 25 yards, between 20 and 25 yards. I'm not at indoor range, so I couldn't get it perfect. But between 20 and 25 yards, and I shot a good, you know, fist-sized grouping. It was slow fire, and that also has a lot to do with trigger press and whatnot. You can't judge a red dot just off that. As long as it's just staying where it needs to be and you can get accurate shots on it, there's a lot of other variables. So this is about as good as it can get without the human error and whatnot. So 10 out of 10 whenever it comes to accuracy. Even though the reticle on this isn't my favorite, I do like the regular dot without the circle and the crosshairs. This is the one they sent me, and I could definitely get used to it if I practice with it. So 10 out of 10 on accuracy. And then whenever it comes to speed, I think this one is gonna be a little bit better on speed than just the regular dot for a lot of people. Not for me personally, because it's not what I train with, but with the circle and the crosshairs, especially at 45 MOA, you can kind of just put that at the center of your target and make sure that circle is in the middle of the center of whatever you're shooting at, and it's gonna help be faster than, say, just the dot. And especially people that have trouble kind of picking up the red dot whenever they press out. So like right now, I cannot see the red dot, but I can see the bottom of the crosshairs, and so that it can help me kind of know where my red dot is and bring that down. So whenever it comes to speed, I would give this one a 10 out of 10 as well, because the reticle helps out a whole lot, but even without it, the window on this is huge, so it's hard to find the dot, or hard to miss the dot anyways. Whenever you're in recoil, it's hard to lose it. So again, about as fast as you can get with the red dot, I'd give this a 10 out of 10 as well. And actually, I want to come back to build quality for a second, because I wanted to talk about two of the things that I have realized as I was shooting it. So one of them was a simple thing, and there was like an oil or some type of mystery liquid that we're getting on the top of the lens. I tried to pick it up on camera as best as I could. I don't know if it was just oil from them setting the glass and that will go away on its own, or I could just wipe all that out. But every time I started shooting it, there would be a liquid on the lens, and I had to keep wiping it out. So that's a small thing, but still is annoying, and something that out of the box that it came with. So I am going to knock a little bit on it. Also, whenever it comes to build quality, I think because of the angle of this window, there is almost a dead spot towards the center to the bottom third, I would say. Whenever you're at the top half of the reticle, it's as bright as it can. Once you get down to that last third, mainly in the center, but kind of everywhere around it, the dot starts to get lighter. And so if you have to keep this at a little bit higher brightness, just in case you find the dot in the center or towards the lower spot, so it's just as bright there as it is, or it actually will be more bright on top, but that way you can still pick it up. So I definitely knock it a few points on that. So that'll knock the build quality down quite a few points, actually, now that I think about it. And because something as simple as that does make it inconvenient and inconsistent as well. I don't know if maybe that's just mine, or if that's a common thing that people have on their Omega optics. And also, like I said, I don't know if it's the angle of the glass, because the angle of the glass is actually this way. Like with the red dot facing this way, it's like that. It's pretty angled back. So I don't know if the angle has anything to do with it or not, but that'll definitely knock it on build quality for sure. So overall, without taking price into consideration, I'd give this optic about a 7 out of 10, and that's of course my honest opinion. Like I said, the bigger window, you can be fast with it. It's competing very well in the battery life, RMR footprint. It has a bunch of things going right for it. So I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 without price into it. But whenever you throw the price into it, I'd knock it up to about a 9 out of 10. It's definitely not perfect, and it has some of the build quality issues, but for a 225 dot, it's you know, you can't get too much better than that for sure. So this thing has been great. It's held zero no matter what I've done to it, even though I didn't go ridiculous with it. Maybe that'll be a separate torture test video. But yeah, that's it. If you want to get a hold of a Gideon Optic, you can go on their website at any time. Like I said, this is the Omega. Then they have it in a couple different reticle options. So thank you again, Gideon Optics, for sending this red dot out to me. Shout out to the Windrock Shooting Range and the Norseman team. Make sure to comment something down in the description on how you feel about this optic and if you're going to pick one up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bow!